So I've been working with this Eagle EPAC 300 there, as you can see. I got it all up and running, got it cycling and everything. I want to thank Kyle Miller for helping me find the quick reference guide here, the basic programming guide for this. And that really helps out. So if you have one of these, look for this quick reference or quick basic programming guide. Now to get it going, but everything seems to be working. It's like since the last time I added an 8-inch, a PED, a 12-inch, and another PED to so you can see what it's going on. But you can see here, there you go, the PED that just changed to green with the PED, and then it's going to count down to 10 seconds there as well. So that seems to be working okay. The whole thing seems to be working pretty good. You can see I have a green here, and green there, and they'll cycle through. And it's just the flasher, make it flash. So we have a yellow, and they'll cycle a red, and then we're on the green. I suspect this green is a turn because it's not lighting up either one of my things. I only have 2 lights hooked up, and this is supposed to have 4 at each intersection. So once I get all the lights hooked up to it, be able to understand it better. One of the problems I had was it simply wasn't cycling, and it wasn't cycling simply because this is this goes to the police panel on the front of the traffic box. And there's a switch in the back here, which is actually would face through the door, so the police could operate it. And that puts this in manual mode, and it won't cycle at all until you push a button, which usually would plug into here. So that's why. And these are all my detectors. These are all the vehicle detectors. These are the PED detectors right here. So if I want to do a PED call, I can just push those down, and that would call for a PED. Same thing with all this, to show that there's a car waiting. Depends on how you program it too. Right now it's programmed to keep going no matter what. So if you see, everything is reserved or called for and that's what that is right there. So it's going to do everything. Cycle through. I added these loop detectors up here. We're going to add loop detection later on, and they'll hook in down here, the loops. But for now, they're just up there. They're connected. They're not flashing or anything because they're not pushed in all the way to get power, but they do power on. The only thing bad about this is some Nimrod somewhere along the line decided to cut one of the Canon connectors off of it. So I have this Canon connector that's not connected for loop 8. So I'm gonna have to put a Canon in on that, and I have one, so it's not the end of the world. But if you've ever done one of these, they can be quite a chore. I did an A cable one time, and that's over 56 lines in there, and it took me quite a long time. So you can see everything's red here. One of the things you notice in the background, you'll see another system running, and I've been doing some testing on a controller with my other system, and this one runs pretty good. You got a arrow and a PED and a PED, but I just purchased this Econolite. I was going to use it for the other thing, but then I figured out how to use the Eagle EPAC. So this will probably just be a spare, or maybe just take place of the one that's normally in here. But you can see, here's my loop detections in here are actually powered on, but they're erroring because there's no loops connected to this, which would connect in here. And I have the loops for it. I just haven't hooked them up in a while. But also made up these PED buttons for it, and I'm going to add those in as well. So we'll go back to the other thing. There's all the lights working just fine. And we'll get back in here. And you can see there's my lights. Now I plan to use these lights in with this system, with the EPAC. I got those 5 sitting there doing nothing. I think this yellow one that's laying on the ground, sitting on the ground, I think that's got arrows in it, so that would be a turn lane. And then I'll use this one too as well as this one. Now those two, that one and that one, are the very first traffic signals I ever have, and they're the only ones I have that have the glass not lenses in them. And then you can see this is my world of spare parts, so I have plenty of inserts, different ones. These are all arrows and stuff, and it's a whole nother controller, some PEDs, you know, just a bunch of junk. Some more hardware that I use. That's a loop detector panel for the card type of loop detector, and I may hook that up. I was thinking that'd be kind of a cool thing to have hooked up to this system, rather than having the rather than using these Canon connectors, is to just hook up the card edge one. I have plenty of card edge ones to take care of it. But everything looks like it's working pretty good. Like I said, I really thank Kyle Miller for helping me, point me in the right direction to get the manual from Nick here. So that was a big help in getting this. With, like I said, I was at the point to where I was just going to replace this with that Econolite, but it seems to be working just fine. So, let's see where that's 3, 2, 1 there. It's weird, is that one doesn't actuate with the or doesn't turn yellow right away. So it seems to be a thing in the cycle there. 2, 1. Now we should have a yellow here coming up. There it is. So different timing, and it could be a different part of the phase too that that PED's connected to. This is kind of weird because the other one, the first 8 are signals, and the last 4 are PEDs. In this case, the first 4 are signals, the middle 4 are PEDs, and the last 4 are signals. So this is a little bit different, but you know, I didn't buy this actually to fix. I bought it for the cabinet, because that's why it's out of the cabinet, is because I needed the cabinet for storage. And it was actually cheaper to buy the traffic control cabinet with all the stuff in it than it was to buy a small shed. So, and I got the plus. I was able to salvage this working control system out of it. So there you have it. It's all pretty good. Trying to think of anything else I missed, but we'll be adding more, you know, later. Once I get back on the series on the Arduino stuff, to make the Arduino traffic lights work with Arduinos. But there you go.